Hey guys, my name is Chris, and we're back for some more action. David's here.
What's up, guys?
And today we're gonna mess with this IS300. I know I haven't made a lot of videos on it, and to be honest with you guys, it's basically done for the most part. Of course, cosmetically it's not done. We got a lot of upgrades going into it, and then there's also some like little button-up stuff that we have to do. All right, so here's where we're at right now. So David did help a lot with this. He sat in a chair and Googled a lot. I'm just kidding. He did help a little bit here. So here's where we're at. Let me show you guys. 6870 turbo, intake manifolds installed. Got the fuel rail with the 2150 injectors. This is the VVTi, of course, GTE VVTi head spark plug cover. Although it is a GE turbo. Basically the same thing at this point because it's a bottom end from a early 90s car, which means you have the forged internals. So this is where I'm at. So let me tell you about what I don't like right now about this car mainly. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about some stuff that we got going on here. The intercooler is freaking huge. So let me show you here. To say the least, it's large. So the bumper had to be severely surgically deconstructed, but we're not going to keep this bumper on, obviously. I'm going to find a little bigger. If I can find a little bit bigger of a bumper, let me know in the comments if you guys are aware of anything. I would like to do that. I don't really want to go aftermarket bumper, but I kind of have to. Besides that, that's fine. There's the motor. Everything's going good. I got a couple of little more things to do here. Get rid of some wiring that doesn't need to be here, like ABS wiring. Who in the world knows, and some more of the who knows. Basically, we're there. David's my hood prop right now. We don't have a hood prop, but we're gonna get that too. All right, guys. So to keep you guys updated, here's what happened. Ordered a 2-post lift about 2 months ago, and it's finally here. I think it's installed properly. David and I did it, so the chances of this being installed properly is decent, but not 100%. I'm just kidding. I went through everything I could do to make it install properly. The floors are never even, so I had to put shims, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna go through the installation process with you guys because there's plenty of those videos out there. But what I do want to tell you is that these are the upgraded versions. So they actually don't have to put a rod to lock them. You basically bring this lever down, and as you come up, it has 10 catch positions or so you can get it pretty high up. I was gonna go and remove the garage door opener and put a garage door opener here on the drive of the garage, but apparently, to be honest with you, with my creeper and it right below the garage door opener, it's like perfect height. You could lay back on the creeper, not have to hold your head in a bad position, and just work on the car and not overstretch your shoulders. So position's perfect. Right now I'm gonna keep that as is. Car's running great. It's still needing a lot of tuning. Change the spring set on blow-off valve and wastegate. That's fine. We're just going to make sure everything's running right. It does have anti-lag and rolling anti-lag, and it's blowing out flames the size of the car, basically. And anyway, so I'll go over the wheels in another video. That's from, if you know about 2JZs and you know about IS300s, I'm sure you've heard of 2J. He's got the 2 blue IS300s. I ended up purchasing the wheels from him. He ended up buying some new wheels. And guys, these are as good as new condition with basically brand new R888s on them. So I'll show you guys more about that later. For now, what we're gonna do is, let me show you what's going on here. So as you can see, we have a wheel gap. David and I are gonna put in these BC coilovers right here. They're actually the sport racing coilovers with 30 adjustments, dampening and rebound and all that BS, which we'll figure out. Right here, that's just a cable guide. Cool. All right. I'm just gonna put that back here for now so we don't lose it. Then we're gonna open up this, it's a 17 millimeter for the main knuckle. So we got one here and one on the other side. Alright. Now before we take that bolt all the way out, actually we can, it looks like it's going to come out pretty easy. I was going to say we're going to loosen the top, but we're pretty much basically out already. Take off these 12 mils. Catch it from the bottom here. All right, there we are. Let's go from the bottom. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see how we're gonna take this guy out. I think we're gonna come out from the side here. All right, so after some research, the best thing to do is gonna take off our sway bar on this side. So what we're gonna do is just, we got a 14 millimeter and a 5 millimeter Allen. So we're gonna stick this guy in here for counter rotation. There we go. Just a little old and probably never removed. I think we can get it out here. There it is. Get it past this line right here. And bring her out. Alright. There she is, guys. So now we're going to find a corresponding coil. Not too bad to get her out. Just got to do a couple little things here. And some coils. Look at these guys. It's jewelry. So we got front and rear coils. We got 30 adjustments from soft and hard. We got this adjustment which turns to unspin. This is what lowers and all that lowers the car and raises the car. This is what does the rebound. So some coils you adjust just from here. This coil gets adjusted from here. As you can see, I can do the length from here to how long the coil is, and then the rebound adjusts from here. So the drop is here, the rebound is here, and then the softness is in the actual shock there. Under here first, underneath that wire again. Get her in and up. We're there. Next is gonna go like this. Up. Let me get a couple bolts on it up there. All right. We're gonna get these kind of set for now, just so I can get the ride height worked on. Height. All right, guys. So we got the strut in, as you can see, reverse order. We put it up. Got the 3 bolts up here, just kind of hand tight for now. And what we're gonna do is this strut bar won't realign with this because the other shock's much bigger. So we have to do the other side and then strut bar back on after that. So let's start by removing the other side, same way we did this side, and then we can put the strut bar back on both sides and be done with the front. All right, so here's the max setting, basically like 4 threads. It's not bad. It hasn't rolled yet, so I think it will come down more. But this is not a bad start, I think, overall. I just want to be somewhere where it's not like going to be banging into the fenders, especially before I roll the fenders. And it's like perfectly dead center, basically with the fenders, maybe a little bit further out of the fenders. So we're going to keep the front as is for now. I can always adjust those, but check out the back right now compared to the front. It hasn't rolled yet. So we haven't rolled it back and forth to get the exact height. So let's go on to lifting the car back up and putting our button everything up, and then kind of go to the back. So the ride height looks good, like we said. Now reverse order: 5 millimeter, 14 millimeter. You put the 5 millimeter inside that strut bar bolt so it doesn't spin counterclockwise, and then you just tighten it up. So it doesn't spin on us. Go over here. And we're gonna get torque specs right now. All right, so now to get in the trunk, we got some clips here. I got this old clip for kind of like for the net. As you can see, my trunk is heavily, taken apart already. But generally, you'll take this lid off, which I still have, and then you got 1, 2, 3 of the just pop clips. And once you get those clips, it'll just basically just open up. We'll just move all these down here. Then we got one up top. 3. Like this. And get under it. You guys can see the strut tower right there. Time for David's inspection. He's too young, guys. I know you want to see it.
You're a couple of years away. From diapers too.
What we gotta do? Here. So we got 22 on my left side and a 19 on my right. Nice, came off good. That's basically a washer. Alright.
Got it.
This part's loose. So now we're going to put everything back together the way it came out. See, there's a groove right there. We want to make sure that we keep it that way. Alright. So now that we got this loose, we're going to open up this guy. And that is a 19 as well. Got that out. All right. Now we got 2 braces here from the factory. Those are 12 millimeter. That's out. Alright, strut bar right here that we can undo and help us get that out. It's a 12 mil. Let me hold it on this side there. Alright, here we go. Just push, boom. Better than taking out that whole brace out. So there it is. We'll kind of get the size comparison here in a second. All right, this is how it came in from the factory. We'll get a size comparison. That's kind of where I think we want it. Now we can probably easily put this guy back in, being that. So let's go from from bottom to top. Work our way this way, reverse way. There. Let me get her placed first. Now, we'll just go reverse order. So we'll pick this guy up. We'll pick the whole thing up, kind of put it together, and work our way backwards here. So let's see. Now we don't have that brace anymore. Just to FYI, that brace will be gone. That was for the factory strut. Same thing as the front. The strut bar is only got so much torque, and the other side has a much longer spring, so it's sitting like this. And it won't torque back down. So we have to alleviate the pressure on the other side. So same order, take off the strut, get all that stuff going, and then we'll come back to this side, put it all back together. So both sides have to be done simultaneously. If you're doing this on jack stands, make sure your front's up both sides at the same time, and then your back's up at the same time, because you will have to adjust. If you try to do one side, you'll never get the sway bar to link back up. It'll be a nightmare. Even if you do it with a jack, you might snap something, so just don't do it. Just do it in this order. Alright guys, so finally got that side matched up. Had to do some height adjustments back and forth, of course. Like, that's what coilovers suck, is that you have to keep going back and forth until you get the right height. So now that we know the height, we'll pull this off. Again. .70.
You don't want to slam it?
No, we're not slamming it. This has to be functional. This is not one of those Stance Boys cars. Nothing against Stance Boys, but this ain't one of them.
Nothing against them.
Means this thing gets tight. Right now we just have the mid pipe on, so it's fairly loud. But anyway, we got a mid pipe on, it's fairly loud. The ride height's good. We're probably gonna come down a little bit more once we roll the fenders, and we'll do that also on the video. Got the ride height where I think we can use it now. He's blocking the car, of course, because that's what he's good for, nothing. Alright guys, got the right height kind of where we want it at the moment because the fenders aren't rolled yet. Once I roll the fenders, especially on the rear, because it squats when you give, obviously it's going to squat a little bit, I'll be able to kind of tuck it just a little bit. I just want to be like right above the fender with the tire, and I'll be happy with that. These are RAA's 265s, which translates to about 275s in regular tire. They're fairly wide. But for the most part, we're happy with where it's at. It took a couple hours just to adjust, but to be honest with you, to put them on is no time. The adjustments where you lose time. So he's gonna have his car doing coilovers soon, and we got a lot of stuff going on with his car, and I'll show you guys a lot more with this car as we go. But there we are. Here it is. Just love to have these max jacks. It makes things way easier than anyone can imagine, and just happy with the whole situation here. So yeah, gonna do paint after I'm done with all the mechanical stuff. Paint the whole car the same color. This color is actually called Thundercloud Metallic, and it's one of the rarer colors in the ISs. So I will do a full paint on it, same color. Rear tail lights are gonna get changed out, all that good stuff. So thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Peace out.